Hi, this is Zach Connor with Logan Graham and Connor Accountants. Today I want to go through PPP Loan Forgiveness application and what you should be doing on your end and what we should be doing on ours. The Journal of Accountancy sent out an article at the end of September describing what's kind of going on with it. It seems like it's in limbo, but let's dig into it. There's a couple of gray areas that are still gray after how many months we've been doing this. Number one is the deductibility of expenses. Notice 2020-32 came out shortly after PPP came out. What that is the IRS notice that basically said the income that you get from the PPP loan is not taxable, but the expenses that you use the PPP loan on are not deductible. It makes it taxable. So I don't know whether Congress is really going to get this done or not. Between now and the end of the year, they're saying their intent was not to make it taxable, but I hope someone kind of pulls the trigger and makes a decision on this. The AICPA is also trying to lobby to get a decision before the year end, because if it is taxable, you're going to have to pay your tax rate on whatever you got. So next, blanket forgiveness. Those of you that got $150,000 or less PPP loan, a lot of banks were holding off sending out forgiveness applications in hopes that the Congress would get together and come up with a form for a blanket forgiveness. Hasn't happened yet. Listen to the news all day today and not a word about anything like that. Some mumblings about a stimulus, and the White House and Congress can't get along. So hopefully something comes up before the end of the year. But what's coming up is a lot of the 24-week periods are ending, meaning the covered period. So three facts about PPP loan forgiveness. Application due date. When you read this from the article, there is no defined deadline for borrowers submitting the forgiveness application, but borrower payments will be required 10 months after the end of the covered period, as explained in frequently asked question number 3. So if your covered period is almost over 24 weeks, you need to start the application process. And if your bank has not submitted a link or an application to you, if you're close, you need to start thinking about, hey, I need to wrap this application up to get the ball rolling. Once it's turned in, then the time is ticking for the bank to get their process done and then submit it to the SBA for forgiveness. You may be asking, hey, Zach, I received so much on my PPP loan. I've utilized it all within 16 weeks. Can I apply for forgiveness? The answer is yes, you can. The bigger question is, should you? And the answer is no. You need to wait. You need to wait your 24-week period on most cases. The reason being is if you apply early, you got to prorate that amount. Instead of 24 weeks, you got to prorate it down to 16. The amount may change mathematically. So if you have questions on that, get with us. They're still wondering, meaning SBA, people like us, what in the world is an owner/employee, right? After all this time for a PPP, we're still wondering what an employee versus owner is. We know and what is defined as for a C corporation, but we're still waiting to know what about an S corporation. And so some of you may be wondering, well, who cares? It's an owner. Do you own? Well, it comes into effect on lower percentage owners. Are they going to be treated as an owner-employee? The kicker there is, if you're an owner, your rate of forgiveness is different than, say, if you're just an employee. So that's still up in the air. Surprised, right? So one of the best practices moving on from here is document everything. And early on in the process, I sent out templates for copying or tracking your rent, utilities, or interest. But gosh, at this point, guys, I mean, you might as well use a 24-week period, use it all for payroll, and you're going to have that documentation. You're going to have the second quarter 941s. Pretty soon, you're going to have the third quarter 941s, and that can just be submitted to the bank. So, but make sure it's around. Next, what the article is saying is exercise your best judgment. And this is where you may need to use your CPA with is they're saying it can't be stressed enough. Borrowers and their advisors need to be aware of the guidance. Read the applications, read them thoroughly, and use the information to come to a reasonable conclusion. This is where a CPA's judgment can make all the difference. You may be in a situation where it's not defined by the frequently asked questions, and just like all this is gray, there's more gray areas, and it may pertain to your situation. I know I've been confronted with not a handful, but gosh, more than a handful, where on the loan application process. So that's where we're sitting with this. Keep in mind, in our firm at Logan Graham and Connor, we have the list of who we're doing loan applications for. This video is going out to all you guys. It's also going on YouTube. We'll take care of it. Right now we have a due date for getting these done, or starting the process actually, by the end of October, after we're completed with 941s. So from there, if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call. You can talk to myself, talk to Susan, talk to Heather, talk to Katie. We're all kind of abreast on it, but kind of the waiting game. Yeah, hurry up and wait. This is, what a year. What a year. Anyways, if you have any questions, give us a ring. 765-675-7021. Thanks. Have a great day.